Okay, so my name is Katie. I am going to be the mediator for this process for y'all. I like to go around and introduce everyone, so y'all can call me Katie. What can I call you?
Jan. And I'm Ann.
Okay, nice to meet y'all. So I do want to tell y'all that I think it's a really good decision that y'all have made to come to mediation today. I understand that this is about the care of y'all's mom and what the best process y'all want to take with her. And so I always like to start out by starting with someone who wants to tell me their side of the story, what your opinion is, what you think is the best process for the situation. So anyone can start where they want. Let's Jan to start.
Well, Mom's sick. And the long and the short of it is, this could be the end of her life, and I think enough's enough. She's old enough, she's lived a long time, she's had a good life, and I don't think that we need to do any kind of treatment to extend it. I think that everything that the doctors have already done is fine, and we need to leave her alone.
But that other doctor said, the new treatment...
I don't care what the other doctor said.
Okay.
We like to have people who they'll state their side first, and then you'll get everyone will have a turn, so you can continue.
So I just really think we need to leave well enough alone and let Mom live her life and let that be it.
And Miss Ann?
I think that although she has lived a long life, I think she has more life to go. They've come out with some new treatments that aren't as invasive as in the past, that the doctor said she might be a good candidate for. And I just hate to say it's time to give up, because I don't think it is. I'm not ready for that yet.
But it's not giving up. No treatment is. It's not giving.
Miss Ann has the floor right now, so we're gonna have her talk, and we can come back to you if you have something else that you would like to say.
All right.
I just think we need to give her every opportunity to get through this.
Okay. Do you want to make a response?
It's not that I don't want to give her every opportunity. I just think that's already been done.
So what I'm hearing from both of y'all is you would like to have no more treatment.
Correct.
For your mother.
That's correct.
And then you would actually like to have treatment to hopefully
Yes,
prolong her life. So from what I'm understanding is that I do want to ask your mother's diagnosis. Is there, like you said earlier, that there are new, less invasive treatment processes?
Mom has cancer, by the way.
Okay.
So,
what have you heard?
The doctor has told us that there's nothing else they can do. It's inoperable. If it's inoperable and she is already old and feeble, she can't walk anymore. She's in a hospital bed doing pretty much nothing. That I'm just not certain that her body can withstand anymore. And that's where I am with it.
well, I know she's in the hospital, and I think the reason she's not getting up and out of bed is because she doesn't have a positive attitude, because nobody's talking to her about the possibility of a continued treatment. So I think we need to go forward with this. It's not going to be invasive. It's not going to be surgery. And I just think we ought to give it a try.
So what I understand is that your mother is sick. She has a certain diagnosis. Can y'all tell me more about that?
Well, let's see. She's got cancer. She's got dementia, which has really been kind of tough because she's kind of in and out. She was having some kind of seizures.
Yes.
I don't remember what was causing that.
She's got skin issues, like psoriasis, eczema, that kind of thing.
And I think it's just a lot of different things that have kind of culminated all at one time and kind of been discovered all at once.
She doesn't see well.
Yeah. And every time we see him, we think one fixed, another one becomes to the forefront. So we're kind of constantly battling different issues. But I think the cancer is the one that was the icing on the cake. It was the most progressive very quickly, and has caused her to be where she is today.
With the dementia, she can't make these decisions on her own.
Okay.
So we can't ask her to do that. That is not fair to her, because she would not know what she's doing.
And she did have surgery. We all both agreed, and she did have the surgery to try and remove the tumor, but it was not successful completely, and the doctor was concerned that he had to stop the surgery because of other issues. So we did try to do that treatment, but we've not tried anything less invasive.
Okay.
The only other things he told us that we could do would be either extensive chemotherapy, and with that we're talking she'd have to have a line in, and they'd have to run the chemo like it'd be 6 different treatments. They'd start the drip on a Sunday night, they'd finish it on a Thursday, and then she might, if she was okay, she might could come home on a Friday. And then 2 weeks later have to start the whole thing again. And it's just it's just hard. It's too hard on her body. I'm just not certain that her body can withstand that.
So I do want to know a little bit about, so thank you for telling me everything that you did about your mother. I want to know how you are feeling, how y'all are going through this process. Are y'all in this together? Are y'all separate on issues?
Well, I think we're in it together because we want the best thing for her. We just disagree as to what that is.
Okay.
And with all the trips back and forth with the hospital, going to the hospital and work and family and everything, I'm exhausted. I am just exhausted.
And can y'all tell me whose decision was to do the mediation first?
Mine. See, she's the analytical one. I'm the more feeling one.
Okay.
And I'm not ready to give up yet.
Okay.
I think she'd be able to handle the chemo, and I'm just not ready to call it a day. I think she's got a lot of fight left in her. And I'd like to try, because the doctor says it is a new treatment, and she may or may not, but I just can't say stop yet. So.
And I'm to the point, since I've been the one who's mainly been up there with her, I'm ready to say stop. And so we just have differing views on this.
Well, thank y'all for explaining the situation. It kind of gives me an idea of what each person's side is. Okay, so I do want to go over some brainstorming ideas with y'all. So kind of like pros and cons of what the situation would be.
Okay.
So for treatment, what would pros be?
She'd be here longer. She could possibly go home.
Do you have any pros for treatment or cons for treatment?
Well, a con would be that with the extended treatment, it could just kill her. Her quality of life is compromised with this. It's, what kind of quality of life do you have when all you can do is sit in the bed? She's just not living.
And let's go non-treatment. Who wants to start?
Well, I think a pro for non-treatment is that it's not going to put her through it. if we could manage her pain and not do anything else, then I think that's the way to go. I think it's just prolonging the inevitable.
And for you, Nathaniel?
If we don't try anything else, we're sure to lose her probably sooner than later. And I'm not ready to do that yet. She is my mom, after all.
So you just want to keep her here because you want her here.
No. I think we ought to try every opportunity to give her. And this new treatment, we haven't tried yet.
And so if we decided to go non-treatment route, then, well, not we, you two, if y'all decided that you didn't want to do non-treatment, then that means she, like what I've heard some of y'all have said, some of you have said, that it would no more pain, or you can manage pain, or her quality of life would be better than quantity of life. But if we went with treatment, she would have longer stay on this earth. She would be able to come home. And so going over these different directions about this situation, I want to get the sense of how y'all can come to an agreement on things. I know, Miss Jan, you had talked to me previously that you've done some research on some retreat centers for this type of
I have.
diagnosis.
There are some centers that would, to where she would be around other people with the same condition. With her diagnosis, there's so few people that have this particular type of issue that there's not enough research. There's not, the doctor said yes, there are potential treatments, but they also said, but nothing this specific. So there's just no guarantee. We could put her through all of this for nothing. And she could end up either unchanged or worse than she is now.
So you're talking about putting her someplace else? Besides
Yes.
the hospital where she is now?
Yes, there's another center.
And what are they going to do for her?
But there she would get the care that she needs, and she would be among other people who have similar, not exactly the same, but similar conditions, to where they could take her outside. They could get her to where she could have some type of quality of life rather than just sitting in a hospital on a hospital bed. It's not a just your run-of-the-mill nursing home kind of thing. It's upbeat. It's the people there seem to be happy. The residents that they have, and it's a smaller facility.
So the facility.
Where is this facility?
It's here. It's just down the road.
Okay.
I mean,
So it's close by.
We could get to it. We could see her every day if we wanted to. We'd have to make the effort, but now we'd have to make the effort to see her if we went to the hospital too.
So it's close by.
It is.
What about cost? Is it cost effective? Is it in y'all's budget for care for your mother?
I don't know how much it costs.
Well, I've crunched the numbers, and it's no different. They will take the insurance that she has, so the cost is the same as what she's getting in the hospital. So it shouldn't cost us. It would, because it takes her insurance and she still gets retirement from her job, She can continue to pay her insurance premiums. So, I mean, I really think it would work out okay.
And Miss Ann, after hearing all this new facility that your sister has researched and looked into, and it seems like she has a really good understanding of what do you
She
think?
always does.
What do you think you would like to do?
So if we send her to this facility, she gets nothing else? It's just basically maintenance and paid meds?
They manage her pain. But she would
Have we
be
talked to
able
Mom
to,
about it? I don't think so, because I don't think she's coherent enough to understand either one. Has she?
I don't know that she could make a decision either way.
I didn't think so. I don't think so either.
Well, and I think that's a great decision for why y'all came, since y'all can't come to an agreement. I think talking it out, since your mother isn't able to sign for herself, y'all both will sign for her and make that decision for her, make the best decision you can for her. So it sounds like this facility is a good way of keeping her safe, keeping her...
Well, I'd at least like to try it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the try for the time that she has left. If it doesn't work out, maybe we could look at something else.
When would we talk about trying to move her?
I'd like to go in and do it now.
So y'all want to move her now. So what would be the first step to doing that?
Well, we'll need to get with the facility and sign the papers. We'll have to make sure, when I checked on this, they had a slot open. We need to make certain that they have one.
So
Still.
when are you going to tell Mom that we're
Well,
talking about moving?
we can tell Mom anytime.
Well, hold on, we're gonna pause. Let's go back to, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
What, so you said sign papers, and then what would be the next step after that? Earlier you had mentioned that they did have a slot available.
Yes, and they did tell me that they had a slot available when I went to look at the place.
Okay.
But
When
we just need to, a week ago.
we could go.
We just need to make sure that they still have that.
Okay.
And then we need to look at, do we need to put down a deposit, or the financial aspect of it,
Okay.
and make sure that we have that taken care of. And then I'm guessing that we'd have to have her transported by ambulance, using a private ambulance service, and go that route.
And let's go to your question. What was your question?
My question was, when are you going to tell Mom?
Well, Mom's in and out right now.
That's true.
So I'm not sure that it makes a difference. We probably need to go in and tell her now that this is happening, and try and catch her in a lucid moment.
That's
to
what I
where
was
we
thinking.
can-
Because
we
if she
can
just
do that.
wakes up there, may have a meltdown.
Yes, and
Because you know how she is.
I do, and change is bad for patients with
Absolutely.
dementia, and I understand that, but I really feel like the sooner we do this for her, the better off she's going to be.
Okay.
So are you, everything that she's talked about, do you think this would be a good idea?
I do,
Okay.
but I still remember, we got to put in this paper that we still have to consider treatment if she does well enough at this place that this is not just the end.
Okay, she's 95 years old.
But
How much longer does she need to live?
long time.
I understand that. I know. She's her mother. I get that. But at some point, we've got to look at what's
Realistic.
living and what's existing.
Okay.
So do y'all want to add the treatment in case if,
I don't know, I'll think about it.
okay.
We'll get her there and then I'll raise that red flag again.
So you're in agreement to send her to this facility?
I think so, as long as the doctors are good with her going and they have the right kind of care that she really needs. I think so.
And are you in agreement with what your
Yes.
sister has said?
Yes, and I agree, the doctors absolutely need to sign off on it. We need to have their buy-in on it. It's not something to do just on whim.
Yeah.
Well, since both of y'all are in agreement, I'm going to have y'all sign this written agreement saying that you'll go along with these terms. So, in case of anything, any confusion happens, this document says what you agreed upon, and I will also sign it as a witness. I do want to thank y'all for coming to mediation, talking now, being able to trust that I keep this information private and confidential. So, thank y'all so much.
If we were to, I mean, this worked very well this time. If we were to disagree again, do we just contact the facility where she'll be and then they'll have another individual like you that could come in? Or how does that work?
So, with the agency I work with, we try and see the same clients to keep that rapport built. So if something ever does happen that y'all disagree, you'll contact the same agency that you contacted with me, and they'll connect you with myself.
Okay, and so they would have our previous record and, okay.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.